What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns, haunting the top of Mount Soapbox for another rant. Yes, the rant series has officially returned. And before we get started, coming up sometime this week, we are going to be doing Q&A 20.0. Your opportunity to ask me any questions regarding games I play, gaming in general, personal questions, advice, etc. One question per person, please. You can submit it below in the comment section via Twitter, hashtag Q&A20, or of course the Facebook page as well. So submit your questions by the end of Halloween tomorrow in order to have your questions included in Q&A 20.0. All right, so let's keep the Halloween theme going since it's obviously Halloween weekend. We're going to rant about the Halloween surprise 2016, or lack thereof, in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, let's look at the history of Halloween in Grand Theft Auto Online. In 2013, there was no Halloween DLC because Grand Theft Auto Online happened to launch in October 2013. So, there was no Halloween content then. A year later, a lot of us were kind of hoping that there was going to be some Halloween stuff in 2014, but most of us did not realize at the time Rockstar was working on something else, gearing up for the release of the current-gen versions of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, which is what most of us are playing on today, the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and eventually PC when it came out in April 2015. Now, last year, 2015, we finally got Halloween content in the Halloween surprise, which includes the masks, and of course the face paint, 2 vehicles, the Lurcher, the Frankenstein as well, the flashlight, the Slasher Adversary mode too, which was a really good adversary mode. Now, this year, we did kind of sort of get some Halloween content, but it wasn't the same as last year. All right, let's talk about what we did get. First off, we got another new adversary mode, Lost versus Damned, which is another really good adversary mode. And there's a lot of different adversary mode maps. I think there's, 7 of them? And I was playing with some of you guys on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I had a good time doing so, a lot of fun. And that's one thing I like about the adversary modes. When they're at their strongest, it is a lot of fun. But there's a lot of ones that don't suck. But fortunately, Lost vs. Damned was a pretty good adversary mode. Now, the other items that came out for Halloween was the 2 unlockable t-shirts, and they're kind of cool looking, movie themed. Now, there's a 3rd t-shirt as well. However, you can only get the 3rd t-shirt by purchasing a motorcycle. That also happened to come out, for Halloween weekend. The LCC Sanctus. Now, this is a really Halloween-themed motorcycle. Obviously, with the skulls, the skeleton, and there's a lot of customization to this motorcycle. It's perfect for Halloween. My big issue is here the price tag for the Sanctus. $2 million basically. That's just to buy the bike. That doesn't include all the mods, the upgrading, etc. That's just a flat rate for the Sanctus. $2 million. That's ridiculous. I mean, I could have seen it being around the same price as the Drag. By the way, the Drag for a limited time is down to what, $600 and something $1,000. A much better deal than, it was at $1 million. But the Sanctus, $2 million for that ride, for that motorcycle. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's outrageous. Now, that's not the only problem I have. The fact is, along with all the stuff I just mentioned, the 2 or 3 unlockable shirts, depending on whether or not you bought the Sanctus, along with the new adversary mode, Lost vs. Damned, the rest of the Halloween content also came back as well, like the masks, the face paint, the vehicles, as well as the flashlight. I know everyone wanted the flashlight. Well, now you can get the flashlight for a limited time, of course. The problem is, most of the gamers in the Grand Theft Auto Online community that are playing right now in 2016 were also playing in 2015 when the Halloween surprise update came out. Which means all the content that's returned is old news to us. Those of us that wanted the certain masks or the 2 cars or the flashlight or the face paint, if you wanted them in 2015, chances are you probably bought them in 2015. So it's nothing new to you. But there are probably some new gamers that are playing Grand Theft Auto Online right now that this is a first-time thing, and that's cool. That's perfectly fine. I love it when Rockstar does that and brings back limited edition content so that people that missed out a year ago have another opportunity to purchase those items. But like I said, I believe that the majority of those playing Grand Theft Auto Online right now, Halloween weekend in 2016, were also playing a year ago, Halloween weekend in 2015. So here's my big issue here. I really wish that Rockstar over the past year would have been making more additional Halloween content to be released along with the Sanctus motorcycle and those 2 unlockable t-shirts, 3 if you count the other one, that you're going to wear for like 5 seconds and then never touch again. But I know there's already a lot of masks, so I'm sure Rockstar didn't want to try and go that route again. They didn't want to go and make more Halloween-themed masks because there's so many. We got a ton of Halloween masks last year, and you could also say that the masks that have come out over the years, including the masks in the Heist update, have a Halloween theme to them as well. What if Rockstar would have gone a different direction? Instead of masks, what about costumes? Now, some of you are probably like, GeauxBurns, you could make a costume. Just use your imagination. There's so many clothing items from all the updates. Beach Bum, Valentine's, High Life, Hipster, Heist, Ill-Gotten Gains, Lowriders. The list goes on. I agree. I agree entirely. You could make a costume, a decent costume for yourself with a little imagination and all the content that's currently in the game. But I still think it would have been a lot of fun if Rockstar would have dropped some Halloween costumes. And they didn't have to be anything that was trademarked or patented. Just your standard fun, sexy, silly, scary Halloween costumes. Maybe some of them could go very well with the masks from last year. I mean, it would be really cool if we had some clown costumes, maybe some new clown masks, because that's all the rage right now in America. Along with the 2 clowns running for president, witches costumes, see vampires, different animal mascots, like not just with the masks that came with Independence Day special, but also maybe like a furry outfits, like a brown furry outfit, a cow furry outfit, a bear, cat, etc. And of course, some pirate outfits, anything that's like gender bender, all that kind of stuff. It would have been really cool if we would have had some Halloween content to go along with everything that came out a year ago. Not just the motorcycle, which was ridiculous. The $2 million motorcycle, and of course the 2 to 3 unlockable t-shirts, depending on whether or not you want to fork over $2 million for the motorcycle. It would have just been really cool if we would have gotten some new Halloween content as well. That was a little bit more, affordable. Something that would have been more appealing to the community, because not everybody in Grand Theft Auto Online is into motorcycles. I think it's awesome that the Bikers update came out at the beginning of October, because the biking community really wanted MC content, and they got it. But at the same time, it's just like with lowriders. There's a lot of gamers out there that love the lowriders content, but there's also a lot of gamers out there that don't care for lowriders. So I think that costumes would have been a lot more appealing for the community than a $2 million motorcycle. And more than that, I wish they would have come out with some new weapons, maybe from previous Grand Theft Autos, like the chainsaw or the flamethrower. Those are 2 weapons that we've been wanting for quite some time, both of which would be perfect for Halloween. And then maybe even some other Halloween vehicles. Now, I know that there's some that are currently locked, like the, the Mystery Machine-looking van that's out there, the weird-looking tornado rat car. That thing's strange. See, I assumed that those were going to be 2 Halloween vehicles that was going to come with this update, along with the Tron bike. Now, here the Tron bike's going to be expensive too. That's a rant for another day, obviously. But what about something else, like maybe a new plane or something from World War I? Because World War I's also all the rage with Battlefield 1, one of the most popular games right now. You could have a Red Baron-like World War I fighter triplane. And it could, be a Pegasus vehicle, and it would be very similar to, I guess, the Duster, and it would have cannons on it. That'd be really cool to have. Or perhaps even a Halloween monster truck. I've been wanting a new monster truck forever, because we currently only have 2 monster trucks in the game, the Liberator and the Marshal. And both of them are limited, because I think right now the Liberator is still available because of the anniversary specials going on. But traditionally, it's only available during Independence Day weekend, And the Marshall Monster Truck was only for returning gamers that played Grand Theft Auto Online on last gen and then transferred over to current gen. So it would have been really cool if we would have had a third monster truck. And Halloween would have been a perfect opportunity for monster truck to be added to the game. So anyways, that is my rant. The lack of a Halloween surprise 2016 update based heavily on the content from last year, which the majority of the community already got most likely, along with a couple unlockable t-shirts, a pretty good adversary mode, and a very expensive Halloween-themed motorcycle. Now, if you have a rant suggestion, you can leave it below in the comment section, you can tweet it to me, send it to me via Facebook, or you can email me your rant, GeauxBurns@gmail.com.